Hi there! Good Wednesday. Good Wednesday morning if you're in Europe. And wherever you are, welcome. It's good to be here again. I'm Emma Rowena. I'm a musician, a performer. I am a intuitive, a guide, mentor, healer, reader. And I am doing these talks, this series, in the hope of empowering some of you to create a life that you enjoy. Maybe a life a little better than the one you're in now. Simply because you can shift something in yourself so that you can make choices that are better for you, but also see things in a different light and making it enjoyable to be alive. On Monday, I did a recording with a very, very bad sound. Something went wrong. I know what it is, and I won't do that again, but you learn as you go. And so I might repeat a little bit about what I mentioned then. We're talking about peace this week, which is a huge topic, of course. Can we have peace? Do we believe in peace? Do we believe in world peace? I mean, look around you. All this information, all the noise that we're getting, all the conflicts, all the people in pain. How can we ever have peace? Well, I believe it's possible, but I also believe it starts with each and every one of us. Our responsibility to find this good place in ourselves that we can experience as a form of peace in ourselves. And for everyone who does this, we touch other people around us. And I've said this before, everything you send out, you influence other people with. And if you influence them with anger, pain, blame, remorse, then they're going to go away feeling cringy and maybe carry this forward into their own life. If you share hope, excitement, a smile, something, a compliment maybe, or a nice comment, or just a hug or presence, a pleasant presence, then they will carry this forward into their own lives and bring this forward to the people around them. And we have these concentric circles. So whatever you do has a much greater impact than you realize. Anything that brings you down will actually also impact your surroundings in one way or another. Everything that lifts you up will impact your surroundings. And most importantly, of course, yourself. And so this is one of the main motivations I find in my own life. Well, there are two main motivations. One, it started initially being other people, helping other people, because that's what I was used to doing. I was used to looking after and considering other people's feelings and considering everybody else first. But also because I love doing it when I see that somebody has, they enjoy, or there's an impact in what I can do for other people. It makes me feel that I'm doing good, which also makes me feel better. But then eventually the other reason that I'm doing all this work for myself and for other people is for my own good, for my own inner peace, and for my own enjoyment in life. And again, there we have it. It's a circle. When I do that, I touch other people, I help other people in a better way, and there you go. So yes, I invite you seriously to consider really trying to find this place in yourself where you can enjoy your presence, enjoy your life, enjoy yourself, appreciate who you are, and be in peace with yourself. And I talked about on Monday how my son had mentioned when I asked him what is peace, and he said initially what he landed on was acceptance. Both accepting each other in terms of countries and states and cultures, and also individuals, how he just accepts people even if he doesn't understand them. And also he accepts himself, even though he certainly does not understand himself all the time, but he accepts that. And I think accepting where you are and who you are. And again, as I said last time, accepting oppression, accepting a system that brings you down, or violence, that's not what I'm talking about. You don't want to accept something that brings you down. You want to accept that you're in this situation now and that you want to move. So you have to acknowledge where you are. And I think this is really, really important in order for me to make anything change in your life or any shifts in your life. You need to be here first and then move. But that doesn't mean that you can't have an eye on where you want to go, but you always start at the start point, at the starting line, in order to get to the finish line. And if you don't know where you're going to start or where you are, then you'll get lost. You won't find any direction. So that goes for sports or in life. So acknowledging, and that includes acknowledging and noticing and accepting any emotion, any patterns in yourself. And I've talked about this in previous recordings as well. In order to heal something in you, you have to sort of notice that something doesn't quite fit or work in your life, or you have to notice the pain, notice that something's uncomfortable, not necessarily digging into it. I'm not a big fan of doing that, because that means you give it more energy. You probably, a lot of us have already done a lot of this digging work, and you sort of keep getting stuck in it. I invite you to notice, acknowledge, I feel the pain, I don't understand all of it, and you probably never will. It's probably all hidden somewhere in you, in your body, stuck in your body, which is what we do when we suppress things, and we feel uncomfortable, we feel tension, we feel the pain, we don't know what it is, and we're supposed to understand whatever patterns are holding us back, but you can't understand it all. You don't have to. All you have to do is acknowledge and accept, I'm in pain, or I'm frustrated, or my head is crazy, which is my thing. I have a very strong head and it keeps going a lot sometimes. Okay, so that's what I need to observe, and then try and find a different focus, a different way. So I'm all about shifting by shifting your focus. So if you want to experience inner peace, if you want to experience peace in your surroundings, you want to experience inner peace. And just take my word for it, when you start doing that, all these little things that annoy you and get in your way and make you angry, they get less and less important. And there are fewer things that trigger you and that bother you, and even fewer people that can put you off balance. Because once you have this place to go to, this center, this peaceful, beautiful space of compassion for yourself and for your life and appreciation, and peace and love, then you nobody can really put you off balance. And even if you do, even if an incident or trauma or a person does that, or you experience that you're completely off track again, once you've actually managed to find this place, you know where to go again. You can find it again. You can come back home to yourself, to your own beautiful space, presence, your own awareness of who you are, knowing who you are in this moment, no matter where you are. And building that confidence in that space, building that muscle, if you like, that will enable you to also find the strength to move away from any situation that's oppressing you or depressing you or whatever it is, or stressing you or worrying you, or and I'm not saying that you don't have to have these emotions, because we have emotions. That's part of the acceptance. It's part of the peace. Peace to me is balance. And I heard a story about Yellowstone National Park when it was completely out of whack, the whole ecosystem, because they'd taken all the wolves away, and all the deer were grazing, and the land was becoming barren, and the earth was eroded, the soil was eroding. They put the wolves back, the predators, so-called not a peaceful solution. Maybe you might think somebody killing other animals, but the balance, it all restored itself. The whole ecosystem was restored. And it's the same with us. We need all our emotions. We need it all, but balancing it out so that if we get stuck in some emotion, then find another way of shifting so that you can balance and open up to a different experience. So your whole system, you are feminine, you're masculine, you're yin, you're yang, your anger, your joy, your grief, your happiness, your excitement, your stillness. All of this is within you. And once you acknowledge and allow the things, allow the emotions, allow the reactions to flow through you, accept them, maybe some of them you want to shift. Okay, wow, okay, this is a pattern that's coming back. Let me see, what is it? How can I shift? I don't really want to do this anymore. From a different perspective, once you get closer to yourself, you stop judging yourself and you start appreciating the opportunity to change, to find a different way of handling your life, of yourself, your relationships, your body. Now, I also believe that one of the most important things that you need to do in order to find this space, this inner peace that can radiate out and become an outer peace. We need to make a movement, guys. We need to do this, all of us, and bring everybody around you that you think might be interested in or even dare to do this work. Bring them together. Let's create this movement of people wanting to shift something so that we can impact the world in a bigger way and have this movement of peace. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Anyway, I'm sidetracking. It's just a big, beautiful vision for me. And this is one of the reasons I'm doing all this, because I want to inspire you to really do this work. I know what it does. I know how much better your life becomes, how much easier it is to wake up in the morning when you have this moment. You can make sure, even today in the morning, I was really tired because I had a restless night because I had so many things on my mind, speaking of the mind. And I woke up, I got out of bed. I know there's no point trying to sleep when you do this. And I sat down and I meditated, which is also one of the beautiful practices that I recommend. And the sun's coming out in my eyes here. You're just going to have to bear with my squinting. I sat down and meditated and managed to calm down, to strip away all the thoughts, to come back to my center and then go back to bed. But this morning, of course, I was a little extra tired because of my lack of sleep. So deciding to shift my thoughts from, oh God, I'm tired, I don't know what to do, I'm going to look terrible in the video, and you have no idea the thoughts that might come up. Well, you probably do, because we all do it. But I'm sorry, I'm just going to shift a little bit there. What I decided to do was to say to myself something different than, oh, I'm tired. So what I did was, wow, isn't life wonderful? Okay, screw it, let's do it. And I went down and I had a swim in the water, a morning swim, early morning swim, beautiful. And I had the most beautiful sunrise experience. And so when you start shifting, you never know what's going to happen to your life, what you're going to experience. When you start shifting your thoughts, shifting your perspective and opening up to the enjoyment, you can do it from employing words to yourself to come back to the space. You can do it by meditating to find your space. You can do it by physically shifting something. If you're like this, then lift your shoulders and find your space. Feel the grounding in your hips. We'll do a grounding exercise in a minute. The grounding into the earth. Go out into nature. Do something to shift physically so that you also can shift yourself, your thoughts, your mental perspective in the moment. And then also, of course, do the inner work. That's part of it. But both, they interact. So becoming present in your body is really important for this work to work. This shift to work. And I'm going to shift again because the sun is really getting in my eyes. This is the first time I'm sitting in this position and I now understand what's going to happen here. Pardon me, just this sun being a bit bright but beautiful, of course. So you never know what's going to happen in your day once you start to lift your gaze and look around, because the moment you come back to yourself, you'll see things from a different perspective. You'll see the beauty. You'll enjoy the green color in the leaves, or you can enjoy the sensation of walking on the ground barefoot or even with your shoes on, just moving your body. And so being present in your body is an important, I think, starting point for experiencing this inner peace. Because what we do when we think we're in pain, we try to avoid it, and we run away, and we push it away, and we reject ourselves, we run away from ourselves, and we lose contact with our own power and our own center and our own beauty. So let me just quickly now do 2 exercises and then a centering meditation. One has to do with this active mind, because our mind plays tricks on us, and that's usually what we find. This active mind is probably the number one reason why we get pulled out of our peaceful place. All the thoughts that we put in there, all the worry, and we sort of sidetrack, and we get into circles of worry and fear and stress, and what will they think, and what will they do, and I have to manage this, and I have to remember this, and have to, all this going on, and analyzing yourself and self-criticism. All this stuff goes on in our heads all the time. So one exercise that I did on Monday, but again, maybe you haven't seen it, but also, of course, the sound was terrible. Again, I'm sorry about that. Is to, and you can close your eyes if you want to do that, if that's easier for you now, or you can do it with your eyes open. Just imagine that you have a switch, like a light switch or a knob that you can turn down. And this is the switch for your mind clutter, your crazy analyzing mind, all the noise going on in your head. Just follow the image, follow the idea. Pretend that this works. Let's just pretend. Let's have fun. That's part of exploring. That's part of growing and coming closer to yourself, is exploring things and having fun. Be amused with it. So pretend that you have this switch that can actually switch off. It's like a radio switch, radio knob. Switch down and switch off the sound in your head. Just pretend. And notice, is it on full throttle? Or is it 50%, 70%, whatever number comes to you first, just go with it. And then see if you can turn it down. If it's above 50%, turn it down to 50%. Just notice, pretend, go with it, play with it, be amused. Turn it down to 40%. Turn it down to 30%. Now I can feel that a lot of you have a resistance from going further down, because you'd think it's impossible to turn the clutter off completely. Okay, that's fine. Turn it up again to 40%, to 50%. Turn it up to 75%. How does that feel? Cool. Okay, just play with it. Go with it. Pretend that you understand this, that this works. Turn it down to 50%, 25%. Cool. Okay, and now pretend that you can turn it completely off, like a silent radio, gone completely still. Turn it off to 0%. Yeah. That's it. And you can turn it up to whichever level you think you would like to have it at this moment, whichever number comes to you. Our mind is beautiful. It brings lots of beautiful information, and we can use it for some fantastic stuff. Creation, analyzing, beautiful. We don't want to discard our minds, but we want to be able to realize how it sometimes disturbs us, and to take a little bit more control of how we use it. So I urge you to play with this exercise. Have fun with it. Use it sometimes. When you find, oh my God, there's too much stress, see if you can just imagine this knob. Practice it a few moments every day, maybe. And the more you practice, the easier it gets, the more you'll understand, and the more you'll sense, you'll experience the difference, what happens. And I could feel that something happened with you guys. This is part of my work. I sense the energies. So that was one exercise. The other one is being present in your body. which is your starting point. It's your manifestation of you. So it's part of all that you are. It's not just a vessel for your soul. You permeate the body with your soul. It's your expression. You feel with it. Feel the sensation in your skin. This, touch yourself, and you can notice how this is part of your whole experience of being you. So what we do often, when we close our eyes, for instance, to meditate, we often go out of the body. And I did this exercise a couple of times before, I think, but try and pretend that whether you can close your eyes or not in the moment, it doesn't matter, but it's maybe easier if you can. So if you can, just gently close your eyes and imagine that your whole presence, your whole awareness is right behind your eyes. Bring your focus, your attention, your awareness, your presence to right behind your eyes. And then imagine moving this attention to right to the center of the head. That's it. And pretend that you can move your attention to just behind your ear, your left ear, and then to your right ear. That's it. To the top of your head, to the base of your head, the skull. Down through your throat. Move your awareness down through your throat, all the way down to the center of your chest, your heart center. Be there. Now imagine that this is your new gravity point. This also helps your mind clutter. This is your center. This is where your wisdom will move from now on. Just put that intention there. And then imagine that you can move your awareness. And don't worry if you don't understand it, just go with it. Pretend. Listen to my words. Practice. Be amused. Go from your heart. Imagine that you can move your awareness down along the spine, through your solar plexus, all the way down to the base of your spine, to your hip area, and be present there. Just be in your hip area. This is your center at this moment. This is your focus point. And feel how you're grounding yourself in your hips, in your pelvis. You're resting, and the more you can rest and be present there, the freer your shoulders and arms are, the freer your head becomes, your mind. And as I said that, of course, your attention goes up to the head and the shoulders. But no, that's perfect. That's beautiful. Notice how this happens. Go back down to the center, to the hips. Be present. Imagine that you're sending out from the hips rays, like radiation, like sun rays or cascades of water down through your legs, down into the earth, way down, 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 into the center of the earth. Just follow it. Pretend. Go with it. In the center of the earth, you meet this beautiful, beautiful energy, this beautiful, comforting, powerful, mothering love. Imagine that this is being sent up back to you. So it's as if you've kissed the center of the earth, and she's sending her love right back up to you through your legs, through your hips, up along your spine to the center of your heart, all the way up to your mind, grounding anything that you're worrying about or thinking about, or any thoughts or any feeling that you have, accepting, appreciating everything that you are. And imagine that it's like you can open a channel up through your head, sending your energy way up, 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 like a ray, like a big sun ray up through your head. And you can send this thought of affection or this kiss or breath or whatever, heartbeat, up to the center of the universe, and just feel how you're part of all of it. You're part of creation. Appreciate that you're part of this huge, beautiful universe, this world, this creation. Whatever it is, you don't have to understand. Just appreciate. And bring your attention now, let all of that go, come back to your heart center. This is your new anchoring. This is where your new intuition and wisdom will operate from. This is your operating platform. And this is where you, when you connect to this center, you will find your own appreciation of yourself, and you will start to grow your sense of peace, of joy. That's it. And with that presence, that beautiful thought, I will end this exercise that sort of ran out into the centering exercise, developed into the centering exercise. And with the invitation, I'll repeat it. Let's make this movement of peace. Let's all invite people, whether you do it physically or just in your thoughts, or open up to sharing your smiles to people so that they also want to be part of this movement. Let's make this movement of peace workers so that we can have a better world, so that we can eventually reach out to all those people in pain who are causing lots of pain for other people. These people who are detached from who they truly are so that they can cause all this pain to other people. Let's just heal them. Let's spread this beautiful energy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I will be back on Friday, and I will do an extended meditation on Friday centering around this. So if you want to watch the live recording, it's at 9 o'clock Central European time on Friday, or you can watch the recording. I hope you enjoy. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Bye-bye.